So they made financial markets unstable by raising rates. So no credibility there, people. And yes, I said the everything bubble had been pricked 2 days ago. Does it mean it's going to deflate right away? No. But this makes me believe that the everything bubble might be pricked through the currencies. The currency collapsing. Wednesday, August 7th, 2024, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So a couple of days, I reported that the Bank of Japan had pricked the everything bubble as the Nikkei had lost over 13%. And I said, unless they wimped out and reversed their policy going forward, yeah, things were going to get very hectic and uncertain in the financial markets, not just in Japan, but also across the world. So it's only 2 days since I reported that, and the Bank of Japan has wimped out, and we're going to look at that today. Before we look at that, I have an important announcement that I'm not very happy to make, because it's about a company that I've supported in the past and that some of you still have, how can I say, a relationship with it, and it's GLINT. GLINT is an app that allows you to store gold in Switzerland, and at the same time they give you a MasterCard to spend that gold. It's a good app, I think. It's a good business idea. But I received an email from one of my followers who's been following me for a long time and who has a GLINT card and the GLINT app, and I have a GLINT card and a GLINT app as well. And he sent me something from Companies House here in the UK, because GLINT Pay is a private company, so everything is public. And it's a first Gazette notice, and it says the following: GLINT Pay Services Limited, publication date in the Gazette, 6th of August, 2024. The Registrar of Companies gives notice that unless causes shown to the contrary, the company will be struck off the register and dissolved not less than 2 months from the date shown above. Upon the company's dissolution, all property and rights vested in or held in trust for the company are deemed to be bona vacantia and will belong to the Crown. So this was sent to me a few days ago, and yesterday, seeing that was the 6th of August, I decided to send correspondence to the CEO about that. And this is what he said to me, and I'll read it to you. Hi, Mario. Please rest assured that we are working closely with Companies House to resolve this matter promptly. They have confirmed that the automated process will be stopped and the company will not be dissolved. The notice was issued due to our failure to file the company's 2022 accounts by the extended deadline of 31st of December 2023. We acknowledge that this delay is unacceptable and deeply regret any concerns this may cause. The delay is not reflective of our commitment to regulatory compliance and transparency. We have been working diligently to finalize the accounts and can confirm that they will be filed before the end of August 2024. We understand the gravity of the situation and are taking all necessary steps to ensure that such a delay does not occur in the future. We also want to assure you that we are fully committed to meeting all future filing dates deadlines, including the timely submission of our 2023 accounts. We recognize that timely and accurate reporting is fundamental to maintaining trust and confidence in our company. So that's what I was sent back. I think it was some kind of message that they had prepared. I'm not sure the CEO typed this or anything. So that's what I wanted to tell you. I've said many times in the past that I prefer physical gold and silver. Yes, GLINT is very convenient because you can spend some of your gold or you can just keep it in the app. But yes, I'm not going to be putting too much in my GLINT app, if you know what I mean. So it's up to you to decide whether you want to, what you want to do about this. But I thought it was important for me to let you know what's going on with GLINT. And yeah, that's it. So back to Japan, or the Bank of Japan. And yes, there's been a lot of talk about the Japanese yen carry trade. It seems to me that people are waking up to the dangers of the carry trade and how it's been instrumental in creating this everything bubble that we're in. Very few people realize that. I've been speaking about it for many years. Maybe it's because it's like the little boy crying wolf. People keep saying, well, you keep talking about it, but we are here now, in my opinion. So why has the Bank of Japan wimped out? Yes, and believe it or not, the Bank of Japan doesn't like raising rates. They raised rates only for the second time in 17 years, last Wednesday. So a week ago, here's the report from BBC News. I know the BBC is, how can I say, not very reliable, but in this case, they've reported it correctly. Japan hikes interest rates for second time since 2007. And one of the things it says here, and this is quoting some analyst at HSBC, barring major disruptions, the BOJ is on course to tighten further with another interest rate hike by the start of next year, he added. Well, what's come out today then, and I said in my video 2 days ago that unless they want to lose all their credibility, they need to stay the course. If they came out and said they're not going to hike rates anymore, they would lose all credibility, and that's what they've done. Then the Bank of Japan is going to have to reverse, and they're going to lose all credibility. The asset that will gain the most, in my opinion, is going to be gold. Yes, the stock market might rebound or might not even rebound. So this is from CNBC Africa. It was reported earlier today, 7 a.m. GMT. Bank of Japan won't raise rates when markets unstable, Deputy Governor says. So when are they going to raise rates? Because we've had a rate hike of only 25 basis points, and we're only at 0.35, and all hell broke loose when they did that. So this is what this Deputy Governor Uchida said. We won't raise interest rates when financial markets are unstable. So they made financial markets unstable by raising rates. So no credibility there, people. And yes, I said the everything bubble had been pricked 2 days ago. Does it mean it's going to deflate right away? No. But this makes me believe that the everything bubble might be pricked through the currencies. The currency collapsing will have a very interesting effect that we haven't experienced in our lifetimes, or maybe not in the West. People have experienced it in Venezuela and Zimbabwe and Brazil. And what's that experience? Well, is that everything seems to be going up. And the stock market, real estate, everything that has any value goes up and up and up. And everyone thinks, oh, the economy must be doing well. No, it's the currency that's like dumping, and that's what currency collapse or hyperinflation looks like. And I think I'm leaning more towards that than towards a total deflationary collapse, where currency is also destroyed and prices collapse as well. And either way, it's two sides of the same coin: hyperinflation and deflationary collapse. And the coin that you want to have, though, in that instance, is gold and also silver. And I saw a comment the other day. I had to laugh. One of you commented, well, you can't eat gold or silver. Well, you can't eat Federal Reserve notes, and get that in your skull. When the currency collapses, there will be no money that will be accepted, be it in a deflationary or hyperinflationary collapse. What will be accepted? Well, barter is going to be a good thing. That's why you need to have a relationship, close-knit relationship with your community. Be nice to people. Have some kind of skill that you can exchange for something that you need. Have some kind of asset that people want. Maybe some bottles of whiskey or booze or cigarettes, things like that. But also gold and silver, because gold and silver will be accepted anytime, anywhere, especially when there's no currency around, because that's what's going to happen. And I think at least the Bank of Japan and Japan, they've chosen the road to a currency collapse through via hyperinflation, not deflationary collapse. That's what it seems to me. And is it any wonder that the yen has gone back down now? The dollar has gone back up. So we'll have to keep an eye on this, right? And of course, just like the carry trade was getting hurt, and that was hurting Western assets, now this backtracking by the Bank of Japan is probably going to help stabilize the markets, and it has to some extent in the last few days. But I'm not even sure we're out of the woods yet. And we're going to look at the markets in a minute. But the other thing I wanted to talk about is what's going on here in the UK. And I wanted to talk about a principle that's called justice is blind. So what is that? Well, it says here that this saying is usually used when talking about a legal court. It refers to the way judges, juries, and law enforcement are supposed to fairly make decisions based only on the information presented to them, rather than based on personal experiences or who they like most. And that's got a lot to do with what's happening in the UK. The opposite, I would say, of justice is blind is two-tier policing or two-tier justice. And this has been happening here in the UK, despite the fact that the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, has said there is no two-tier policing. And we have to believe him, right? I think that's the whole problem. And it's been happening, of course, in the United States. In the United States, they've used lawfare against their political opponents, the Democrats or the deep state. So nothing's safe anymore. You're not safe. And you need to look after yourself, your loved ones, and you need to keep your head down, in my opinion, because they could come after you. And you got to be careful what you actually say online, especially here in the UK. But you also need to keep your valuables safe, because if justice isn't blind, is law enforcement going to help you? I don't think so, or not likely. So that's why it's more important than ever to think about getting a dirty man safe. Yes. Have a look at the link below in the description. You get 10% off, and you get a special gift as well if you order one. And what is the Dirty Man Safe all about? Well, it's to try and keep some of your valuables safe. Some of the stuff that should help you get through these turbulent times. This is not going to last forever, of course. Things will improve, but unfortunately, I think we're in darkness right now. That's where we are, and the light will come back, though. It always does. So let's quickly check where the markets are this morning. It's 8:26 a.m. London time. We've got spot gold at $23.94. It's up $3. The high has been 97 and the low has been 78. Spot silver, $26.93. It's down about 5 cents. High's been $27.28 and the low has been $26.75. What about the stock market? Yes, it did rebound yesterday. Are we out of the woods? Well, there's a lot of different opinions. Some people, like wave analysts, for example, they think we've made the top, but it could go higher. It's always really tricky, and these things don't happen overnight. But suffice it to say, things are not really stable, not just in the stock market, but also in the bond markets, in commercial real estate. There is trouble out there. So right now, the Dow futures up 145, NASDAQ 100 futures up 58, and the S&P is up 17. The Nikkei in the aftermarket is down 500 points, or 1.5%. The currencies now, sterling is unchanged, the euro is unchanged. As I said, the dollar has rebounded quite a bit. It's up 1.2% now at 146.15. A stronger dollar versus the yen will probably help stabilize things, but even that, the volatility in that market is just like breathtaking. And when supposedly hard currencies get this volatile, that's a really bad sign about the overall system. That's what I think. What about the general commodities? Well, WTI crude is unchanged. It's pretty much where it was yesterday. Is at 72.64, and Brent is at 76.30. One thing I noticed is high-grade copper has come back down quite a bit, which is a sign that there's trouble brewing in the world economy. Copper is a very good indicator for economic growth. It recently had almost traded up to $5. Right now it's back to $4, which was a really important resistance. It's down 1.21%. What about the Treasury market? We will end on that. Well, Treasury yields again rose yesterday quite a bit. Right now the 10-year yield is up 3 basis points at 3.91. The 2-year is at 4 basis points. Not 4 basis points, but at 4%. So the curve is still inverted there by about 9 basis points or 8 basis points. So there you go. With that, I'm going to wish you all a very good day. Take care. Bye.